Mad Money is a really good film, and I don't know if I'd seen this before a long time ago, or if I've seen the 2001 British show Hot Money, on which this film is loosely based. But the concept is very, very familiar. But either way, I'm considering that I'm watching this for the first time now. It was released in 2008. It's directed by Callie Khouri with a screenplay by Gers, and we have a cast including Diane Keaton, Ted Danson, Katie Holmes, and Queen Latifah. And it's because of Ted Danson that this came on my radar. Probably would have watched it eventually anyway because I do love Diane Keaton, and I'm pleased to say I rather enjoyed it. It's maybe a little slow. It's about an hour and 40 minutes, and I feel like we could have removed 15-20 minutes without losing anything of the narrative, so they could have tightened the pacing up a little bit. But in general, it was pretty fascinating. And this tells the story of three women who work at the Federal Reserve who are planning on stealing the money that is set aside to be destroyed. This is money that's torn and tattered and generally not good to be in circulation anymore. So it's set aside to be destroyed, and they decide to team up and try and steal this money. And I will say no more than that. I don't want to give away too much about it. The narrative is interesting. It's definitely very well done. But for me, it was more about the characters. I really loved the characters. Diane Keaton plays Bridget, Queen Latifah is Nina, and we have Katie Holmes playing Jackie. We also have Ted Danson playing Don, who is Bridget's husband, and I liked him. I'm biased, it's Ted Danson, I love him. But certainly Bridget, Nina, and Jackie were really interesting characters, really enjoyed watching them work together, and they definitely made it pretty brilliant. As I said, the narrative is a bit slow at times, but I thoroughly enjoyed watching the performances. So even when the narrative wasn't as strong as it could be at certain points, honestly, I was still engaged in the film, so I'm not that bothered about that. As a story, it works very well. I think the execution of the narrative is great. There are some strong messages in this about morals, and some of the outcomes are not as predicted, or at least not what I had predicted. So that's quite interesting as well. I know I said I remembered this, but it was a very loose memory. For all I know, I might have just seen the trailer at some point, but there was something vaguely familiar about it. But either way, I didn't remember the bulk of the film, and it didn't necessarily completely go in the way I was expecting. And I liked that. I rather enjoyed that. Strong narrative, generally well executed, great characters, brilliant performances, fabulous cast. I have no complaints. Mad Money it's quite a fun film. There's definitely some comedy in here. Generally, it's quite a fast-paced film. Yes, there are scenes that slow it down a bit, but in general, things move pretty quickly, and I rather enjoyed it. Mad Money is a pretty entertaining film, and if it sounds like it might appeal to you, I'd say it's worth watching. I'm very happy to recommend it.